One has to think today, with the condition of America and the thing calling itself the church, of that old analogy of the frog in the pot, sitting there in that water, enjoying itself, enjoying the slight warmth of the water, completely oblivious of the fact that soon their flesh will be cooked. America is being invaded, and like that old frog in the pot, she has no idea. Well, that is, the general public has no idea, and many in the church as well, as they put their trust in politicians and go blindly onward, enjoying all the world has to offer. Saints, I can tell you that I'm seeing a vision come to pass that the Lord gave to a dear saint back in 1992. She has since gone on to be with Jesus. There was nothing pretentious about this dear saint. She was an elderly country girl, no airs about her. She didn't go running around in fancy garments calling herself a prophetess. She just simply was used to state some facts prior to their occurrence. I'm going to share that vision with you today. April 22nd, 1992. To whomever cares for our great country, I have experienced a very disturbing vision. I've tried to draw a rough sketch of it. I saw to the left in my vision a defeated Uncle Sam, presenting our nation on a silver platter in the shape map of our great United States of America, including in some way all 50 states. On the tray were many aborted babies with hats on their heads, military, Navy, Army, Air Force, Green Berets, nurses' caps, doctors. What else, if any, I did not see. Also an abortionist doctor. In his left hand he had an aborted baby by its feet. In his right hand a sharp pointed knife, both dripping with blood. His pockets were bulging with money, which was also on the ground all about him. To the right was the grinning evil face of Saddam Hussein, and the greedy faces of men with hands filled with money, mostly Oriental, but some I couldn't tell of what nation they were from. I wish I could draw it, and I've tried. A large caption or wording above was, "America is doomed." Who is going to protect and keep America free? Our future protectors are slaughtered by so-called doctors and their own mothers. Money-crazed Americans are eager to sell our country. When their money is spent, their wealth extended, left with no freedom, what then? On her sketch, which I have, among other things, Dorothy wrote the following: 15 or 20 years from now, perhaps sooner, who is going to grant protection and freedom for our country? Our defenders are being presented for slaughter by their own mothers, plus greedy murderers. I don't think even Dorothy realized just how prophetic and how true this vision was. I would challenge you to do internet searches on the following: abortion statistics, military shortage, nursing shortage, doctor shortage, and American companies owned by Red China. You may be surprised with what you find. Also, at that time, in our area at least, there was no mosque, no influx of Muslims in the land. I truly believe that these were the people that Dorothy could not understand. what nation they were from. Dorothy was a little old country lady with a heart after God, and the reason she knew about Saddam Hussein was that was the time of Desert Storm, and our troops were in Iraq. He was on the news a lot. Now dead, he was a well-known figure of the day. In 1983, several garbage bags full of aborted babies from George Tiller's abortion clinic were discovered at the local Humane Society here in Wichita, Kansas. They were set to be incinerated along with the cats and dogs who had been put down. Having only been saved for 3 years at that time, I knew our city and our country was set for judgment. How can anyone think that a nation such as this is not marked for judgment? It is for this cause and others that today our enemies are on the ground and the invasion is well underway. Although many troubled ranchers along our borders have tried to warn the people and warn the government, it's the government who are encouraging the illegal aliens to flood over our borders and tax our social welfare system and our medical system. Yet we go stealthily along thinking we're just fine, thinking nothing is afoot. Then, of course, there is China, and oh, how they must laugh at the government and people of this country. Oh, how all our enemies laugh at us. They laugh us to scorn. And then another of this nation's enemies is being backed by our president, who pays more kudos to them than he does the so-called Christian community. And they laugh, and how they must laugh, when they see our politicians and the people of this land being manipulated into abject silence. And they speak the truth to us, and we live in total denial. And they are clever, and they are crafty, and they're taught to lie, to reach their goal. I mean, seriously, how clearer could your enemies spell it out for you, America? Yet you insist in denial, while you admire and trust your leader, a man God has put over you to break you asunder. The only way, little frogs, I can see for you is for the great whore and her harlots to raise themselves up over you as your savior, your help in time of trouble. And you're buying that also, then surely your souls shall be damned. Call me what you like, gloom and doomer, hater, unloving, charge me with causing disunity. Been there, done that. I'm telling you these things are coming to pass, whilst you enjoy all the world has to offer to distract you and keep you in denial. All these have been turned over to believe a lie and be damned, for they have received not the love of the truth. The representative of the great whore meets with the representatives of all the harlots. We saints are living in the time of the great falling away from the truth, and the time that the Lord is removing that which has been hindering the appearance of the Antichrist.